It's good to see you guys. Apparently the the bloody bot thought, well, if you can do it, I can do it. So we might have to give him some bonus points for that. Yeah, it's a double Vernie. It's definitely getting out of hand. It's the Benny Hill show. Right, we're gonna take a look at Crying Suns. Recently released, and let me just check if the capture works. Yup, looks good. At least the game does. Not sure about myself. Right. I think it's a story-based game, so there might be lots of reading. Fair warning. I read all the things. Chapter 1 Echoes, new game. Oh. You. Ellis, Idaho. I'm a bit taking up too much space there. Drinking captain. Right. Ellis, Idaho says, where am I? And this is Caliban. A dwarf planet on the outer rim. Most call it Gehenna, if they call it anything at all. This Admiral is a top secret cloning facility for the Imperial Forces. The one and only of its kind. I am Caliban. It's Omni Guardian. Omni Guardian. I don't understand. You have died, Admiral. Or, to put it another way, the true version of you has died. You are his clone, identical to the original Ellis, Idaho in every possible way, with some minor differences. When did Admiral Idaho die and how? Unfortunately, I do not know the details of my clones' lives, as interesting as they must be. Extraneous to my directives, I believe. Which leads me to why I've awoken you. You must be curious, after all. I need your help. A machine asking for my help. Now, I truly feel strange. Not just a machine, Admiral. An Omni. Short for Omni-Mechanical Neon Intelligence. Or Neo-N Intelligence? Neon-N? Neo-N? Emperor Oberon invented us. Now, your kind relies on us for just about everything. Oh, the machines took over. It's Skynet 2.0. You've been leveling Flak in Borderlands. It is an interesting character, yeah. You're forced to pick your pet based on the skill tree. So if you want the effects of that skill tree, you have to go with the pet that's linked to it. It's not much freedom then, is it? I understand. And I'll come right out with it. I believe the Empire is in danger. In danger? What in the name of Oberon are you talking about? Once every 4 years, under the most secretive of protocols, I receive a single transmission from Elysium, our capital. Those transmissions stopped arriving. So, you send a transmission yourself? I don't see the problem. That's just it, I can't. This facility was built in such a way to prevent it from initializing contact with the Empire, to help keep it a secret. Something is wrong, I'm certain of it. And I've awoken you so that we can fly out of here, in an Omega-class battleship no less, and see for ourselves. We? I believe you'll find my intelligence indispensable for our mission, Admiral. I don't have your kind's limitations. If you're so smart, what do you need me for? Why don't you command the battleship? Because of Oberon's Rubicon, it prohibits Omnis from commanding battleships. War is a human prerogative. Prerogative. It's hard to pronounce. Prerogative. Also, since I can assume the clones here are the best of the best, that would make you the best Imperial Admiral to ever exist. I'd say you're perfect for the job. I'll do it, machine, for Oberon and the Empire. It's my duty as an Imperial Admiral. Excellent. Now, just one more thing. Standard operating procedure requires I ask. Can you recall any of your emotional memories? Emotional memories. Any memory linked to a strong emotion like love or hate, these memories, because of their complex neural pathways, will be a bit trickier for you to access, I'm afraid. I'm not sure. Then, if you would do me the honor of trying to recall one, any emotional memory will do. I can't. So much is blurred, broken apart. Don't worry, Admiral. Perfectly normal for this stage. Don't worry, says the AI. You'll find rational memories, on the other hand, those linked to Idaho's training and combat experience, almost immediately accessible. Just ask if you need a refresher. Lastly, and this is important, if these emotional memories return, rather, when they return, you must tell me immediately. It's important for your safety. For your safety. Yes. Your safety. Do you understand? You can have the monkey and all the Rex upgrades, but then the monkey is the basic monkey. Ah. Oh. I see. Yeah, it's a bit limiting, but on the other hand, it gives you a bit of a chance to replay Flak. I did get promoted to Admiral Nemo. I understand. Perfect. Now, let's wake up the rest of the crew, shall we? We don't have a moment to waste. And please, Admiral. What is it now, machine? Call me Caliban. Alright. Hello. Stuff and things. Also, music is too low volume. The game was super loud, so I had to tune it down a bit in the system settings. No, cancel. That's not what I went. There, mixer. I think 40 might do. Right, we've got an Excelsior class battleship. That's probably armor plating. Difficulty normal. Auxiliary system. Repair bots. Improves squadron's regeneration time while docked. Okay, I've got 4 squadrons, fighters, drones, frigates, and more drones. A damaged drone. Patched. Is good versus frigates. Melee, damage, speed. Frigates are good against fighters, and fighters are good against drones. So there's a rock, paper, scissors system. A piercing laser. We've got some subsystems here. Scavenging efficiency, navigating, ground distress signal. Neon fuel, scrap, and commandos. Commandos are trained soldiers that can be sent on expeditions or used during events. Scrap is currency used to upgrade your battleship or purchase items in shops or during events. And neon fuel, each time you travel, you use one of those. Right. Select officer clones. Reach the second sector to change the officer clone batch. They've got different skills. there are unlockable officers down here. Engineering erudition. Erudition. What's erudition? Hey, son, welcome. Erudition. Oh. Ah. Knowledgeable. He is. Ah! So, we've got a persuasion and sharp senses person. A spy, actually. Another scientist with also engineering and hacking. That is the noise that happens when Sun enters the chat and talks in chat for the first time. It's a battle cry from, yeah, exactly, from the Zwarts. Little blue? Are they blue? I think they're blue. They are in Baldur's Gate, and they are loud. I remember encountering them on stream. They were not stopping. Discretion. A talkative spy. No, a persuasive spy. And then they've got abilities. Tactical deployment. And you can see where their skills apply. Their abilities, sorry. I can select 2. Defense. And faster weapon reload. These are the sectors of the Outer Rim, Admiral. The farthest sectors from the capital that there are. If there was ever a wasteland in the Empire, this would be it. I'm not sure if this is the best place for it. You can always write it to me on Discord, though, if you need to vent things. So these parts are not really they are not really dangerous, but they can be annoying. Yeah, let me know on Discord. I'll get back to you later. No, don't. It's not a place for rants. It's not. I'm sorry. It is just not. I have to stop you there. Don't take it the wrong way. I can definitely get back to you on the Discord, but this is not the place for it. That would be wrong. We don't want to start that because others might just also. Yeah, but definitely. Because I know that sucks a lot. Let me know. And meanwhile, son, I'll distract you a bit with awesome space stuff. Right? So we are in the Outer Rim, and Home is not phoning back, and our AI got worried, and now it woke up a clone of our original Admiral to take care of the crab. So, we'll see. Strange, I'm not picking up other Omnis. Even out here I should be picking up dozens of them. Let's try not to overreact, machine. It's probably nothing. The Empire has run flawlessly for how many years now? 700. And it will do so for hundreds more. Now come on, let's take a look around. Okay, we've got points of interest, ground signal, trading beacon, anomaly. Anomalies have stages apparently. Anomaly signals are the riskiest events you'll encounter, offering very positive or very negative outcomes. You won't know which type of event it is, negative or positive, until arriving at the signal source. Fair enough. There's a trading beacon, a ground signal, and a point of interest. Then they've got numbers. I guess that's costs 1 neon to reach. Has different things. Planets. The star is Tanagra. There are 2 planets, a space station. Oh no, not planets. What are those points of interest, huh? A secret military base on Yulunga 4. Right. Engage. Oh, it's the Borg. No, it's not. What do we have here, Lieutenant? It appears to be some kind of cube, like refinery, sir, says Lieutenant Hawks. It's a neon hypercube, Omnitech, for the simultaneous harvesting and refining of neutrinium. Ah, also! Oh, double digits! Thank you so much! Thank you so much. 22 months, man. Woo! It's nearly 2 years. Damn. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. How are you doing, Wolfsoul? How are you doing today? I think it's Wednesday, so we are approaching weekend real fast. That's awesome. Doing good. That's great. That is great. I found a space game. Yeah, the bot's really slow. We have been... for science, I've been trying to let it do its thing and see if it's getting faster, but it's not. And I'm thinking about changing it, but it's so much work that at the moment we just have to deal with a very slow parrot bot. Right? So, we found a hypercube. The simultaneous harvesting and refining of neutrinium from nearby stars. Neutrinium. Sorry. Interesting, if not downright bizarre, this cube isn't connected to the fold net. How could that be? And why aren't there hypercube omnis trying to reconnect it as I speak? Oh, choices. Yeah, Free Space 2 is free on GOG, and it's definitely an awesome game. I really liked it back then. Yeah, I haven't put it on the Discord. I didn't have the time since I fell asleep after work earlier, so yeah. There's that. I can either ask Caliban for explanations, because my memory is still blurry, or I send a small team to investigate. Or maybe I can do both. Let's ask. Certain things are still blurry to me, machine. What do you want to know, Admiral? What's the fold net? Tell me more about the fold net. As you probably recall by now, Admiral, the Omnis have invented and managed Imperial tech more or less since the dawn of the Empire, aka 700 years ago. The fold net, arguably our greatest achievement, forms the backbone of the Empire. Think of it as a global galactic network allowing instant data and or matter transmissions through its numerous interconnected folders and beacons. And without the constant vigilance and management of fold net omnis, none of it would be possible and humanity would live in a fragmented, chaotic darkness. Needless to say, it's important. What are folders? Let me see if I can explain this to you in a way that you could possibly understand. In the early days of the Empire, at a speed of 100 times that of light speed, the interstice size. Offered the fastest space travel available. It was fast, don't get me wrong, but traveling from cluster to cluster could still take decades. To assist Empire administration, and just because we could, the Omnis invented a means to travel from 2 points in space instantaneously. The folders. Yes. Each folder, several kilometers across, is linked or paired with another folder through a process of... this is going to be really difficult to explain to a non-quantum computing entity. Essentially, all you need to know is that these paired folders collapse or fold space for a very brief amount of time, so as to join 2 points in space previously unjoined. Without the folders, Oberon could never have grown his empire, nor kept it together for the 700 years that he has. Each folder is run by an Omni. These Omnis are cleverly known as folder Omnis. Without them, the folders simply cannot work. Lastly, in order to reach Elysium, the Empire's capital on our journey, we will have to use several folders. But why can't we just teleport to Elysium directly? We are deep in the Outer Rim, with a few folders paired with Elysium will be found only in very important hubs. We will need to reach those first. Free space is awesome though. Free space is really good. Let's ask about the beacons. The beacons, which we'll most likely encounter on our journey, function as repeaters, amplifying all FoldNet data transmission throughout the cluster. Beacons allow all Empire citizens, even if they live out here on the Outer Rim and are, for all intents and purposes, socially and culturally irrelevant, to receive and send information in the galaxy instantly. Oberon believes that everyone has the right to instantaneous information and materials in his sectors. Quite debatable, if you ask me. I like this machine. The interstice, or I have to look up how you pronounce that word. Interstice.
Interstice.
Interstice. Wrong. Interstice. It's like a gap. The interstice. The gap. The interstice is another Omni-invented tech, one of the first great inventions, and one developed long before the folders. With their interstitial tech, oh man, that's interstitial tech. The Omnis created an empty space dimension between the ones you know, what we call a tunnel, where the universal light speed behaves, let's say, differently. In an interstitial tunnel, why is there no abbreviation for that? ITT. It's possible to reach up to 100 times the speed of light, a speed that allowed your kind to colonize the nearest stars. However, ITT travel, no, IT travel, what? Still has its limitations. For example, at this speed, it would take you 750 years to travel from one end of the Empire to the other. 750, okay? A period of time greater than the age of the Empire itself, hence the need for folders. However, the interstice is sufficient when traveling intra-cluster and within their cluster sectors. The first Divine Divinity is on sale. Yeah, I saw that Divine Divinity Original Sin 2 is on sale for 40% less on GOG as well. And that's definitely a game I will absolutely play. But not yet, so I can wait for another sale. But yeah, that's Divine Divinity. I did stream that, and it was a blast. It was really good. Right, so we learned about all this. Let's ask about Neo-N, which I would call Neon because it's easier. Hundreds of years ago, pre-Omni times, the first advanced machines discovered the existence of the final element, neutrinium, which exists usually, but not always, in stars. Neutrinium is extremely volatile in its nature state, but these advanced machines stabilized and improved upon it, providing the most powerful and longest lasting energy source yet. Neo-neutrinium, or Neon, Neo-N, but I think Neo-N is a bit of a bounce. If I remember correctly, Divine Divinity had an interesting cover art on the box. But I thought you told me Oberon invented the Omnis. I did, you're absolutely right, but technically it's not entirely true. Oberon invented the first advanced machines, which in turn, thanks in part to their creation of Neon, invented the Omnis. Neon is, in its refined state, is the perfect energy source, stable and almost boundless in its energy yield. As a result, it's used in just about all Omni tech, as humans stopped inventing tech hundreds of years ago. Lastly, what's important about Neon is that our very own battleship, the NS Odysseus, uses it, and without it, we can't go anywhere. Right, okay. No more questions. It's enough for now, machine. Let's we don't find out about the hypercube, do we? We find out about everything else. So let's send a small team down. Captain Lynch, form a small squadron. Fly around the cube and tell me what you see. On it, sir. Energize. Sir, the Omni was right. The cube isn't connected to the fold net, and by the looks of it, hasn't been connected in years. What? Just a guess here, but I'd say it looks like it's been disconnected for maybe 10, 15 years? 10 or 15 years? At least, sir. Could the Empire have, I don't know, disconnected it on purpose? I don't think so, Admiral. I'm not a cube Omni myself, but cubes are complex tech needing constant supervision. Disconnecting it would make that all but impossible. And the neon levels? Empty, sir. There's no neon here whatsoever. Looks like whoever came before us took all of it. We won't be refueling here. Oops. The reserves might be empty, but there could still be some residual neon coursing through the cube. I should be able to unlock this final restraint so that we can scavenge the leftovers. It won't be much, but it will help our efforts. There, we should be able to scavenge neon fuel here now, but that'll be the last of it in this cube. Right, that with the wings, right? Yeah, I remember that. Hey, Deviate Fish, welcome. Crying Suns. Well, as far as I can tell, it's a narration-based or story-based, maybe even story-driven mix of several influences as far as science fiction goes. So the developers themselves stated this is connected or inspired by Dune by Frank Herbert and the Foundation Cycle by Asimov. So we've got that as a, not as a blueprint or anything, but it's definitely influenced by those works of art, if I may call them so. Apart from that, it's it has some rogue elements / FTL. So, as silly as it feels, I think there might be a permadeath option, and you know, that's probably also already it with the. It's a lot like Rogue. Maybe it has permadeath in it, and it has some similarities to FTL, but we'll see how much really in comparison. It might share mechanics, but it's different. If you know, for me, it's a difference if they share mechanics or if they are alike. And that distinction is usually not made. People say roguelike because it's much easier to say that instead of explaining a whole lot about how the game really works. It's a roguelike. Have you looked at Rogue? Yes. It's not like Rogue. Yes. You still call it a roguelike? Yes. Why? Because it shares some mechanics. You could have said that in the first place. No, that's too hard. So I like to, you know, go a bit further, and we shall dig a bit deeper tonight. But since I read all the text, mainly because it's a narration-based game, it might take some time. Rogue elephants, yes, that's what I said. We've got... Captain, I repeat, we've got rogue elephants in the room. Can we get Lieutenant? Rogue elephants! No, I did not say rogue elements. Awesome. So, what we have here is a narrative-driven, decision-based game set in space, inspired by Dune and Foundation. Which doesn't say much, does it? I mean, which part of Foundation, right? Which part of Dune? Is it, like, large scale? Because Foundation and Dune are both universes that are on a large scale, where space travel is important and time is a factor, as in huge amounts of it. So we'll see. We'll see. Every sun has a neon cube where you have a chance to scavenge some precious leftover fuel. Sun meaning stars. Right, and we are in the tutorial part of the game where we learn about the basic mechanics. So you need fuel to jump from star system to star system. Obviously, it's a resource. You can see it up here. We've got 4. Each time you jump, you need 1. Planet jump or system jump costs a fuel each. Right, you have a system map. That's the star, Tanagra. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 locations. One of them is a planet. The others are a station and 2 unidentified points of interest. One is an anomaly signal and the other one we don't know. So I guess if jumping to a planet with a ship costs a fuel source, resource point, it's the same for the station. We shall find out. We command a battleship that has a crew of 2 at the moment, plus ground soldiers and fighter pilots and such. And that's our currency. That's how many people we can send on expeditions. And there's... I hope this goes back to the menu. Okay, so on the left you see weapons, squadrons, hull of the battleship. It's our overview. Right, we've got 1 fighter, 1 frigate, and a drone, and a patched, half-destroyed drone. They work like a rock, paper, scissors system in combat, I guess. And the ship's weapon is a piercer laser. We will find out about that as soon as we fight something or someone. You can upgrade different aspects, and then you know, try to get as far back to the center of the Empire as possible. So now we scavenge some neon. Okay, we got 1. Rogue elephants! 1 fuel recharged. That's not much. Those are our crew members. They come with abilities and skills. So they have different advantages. It does make a hissing sound. Because all the tears, they evaporate. But can anyone hear it scream? That's the real question. Right, okay, so we're gonna check out the unidentified... Can we go here? No, we can go here. Ooh. Sir, battleship, 12 o'clock. What? Sorry, that set me in a silly mood with the elephant there. I don't want to ruin the game. The atmosphere. What kind of a battleship, Lieutenant? An elephant, sir. I couldn't say, sir. I've never seen a ship like this in all my service. Oh. Incoming transmission. An Imperial battleship made from Talos tech. My mouth is watering. Someone named Grub. This is Admiral Idaho of the Imperial Fleet. Stand down, Captain. This is an Imperial sector you find yourself in. Imperial sector? That's funny, imp. There's no reason to call me an imp. And I think that's where the fighting starts. Okay. Good luck, they said. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Okay, battle. You can deploy your officers during fights. Some officers have special abilities that can boost specific systems. All officers can also repair critical effects sustained by any system. There are 3 systems: squadron, weapon, hull, so be careful where you deploy your officers. Squadrons are essential to protect your battleship and destroy the enemy. To deploy your squadrons, click on the plus sign on an empty dock. For now, your second dock will be locked until you have learned the basics. Yeah, right. I mean, space time zones. What's that all about? It's probably 12th dimensional clock or something. I don't know. It could be that it's just, you know, the usual in front of us, but it always makes me laugh a bit. This clockwise, I think it's a military thing. It's you often see it in American movies and TV shows. Everything that has a remote link to anything military, they say 12 o'clock. It's time for some tea. Ah, silly me. Right, so squadrons. Protection and destruction. Good. Weapons. Also destruction. They can be deployed as well. Your neurocom can also accelerate your thoughts to a point where time appears totally still. Here's Chris. Tango's at 2 o'clock. Yeah, exactly. Because saying target does not work. Hey Chris, how are you doing? Welcome. Press space to enter or exit from pause. Okay. That is something I like about this game. I can pause. There's no... So they send out drones. To counter drones, I need fighters. Where do I send them out? Here? Yes. So this is my ship, and I can send out the fighters out of the fighter bay over there. So there. I need an officer to take care of that. No. You're the hull guy. Deals 2 damage per second to enemies adjacent to your battleship system cells. The system cells are these 3. I guess. So let's deploy our weapon. Oh, they send a patch drone. Why? I'm not sure why the sun's crying. I don't know. I'm not sure if they're really unhappy. Oh, it takes a lot of time until they're deployed, so I was too slow. But the 2 damage happen. Oh, they deal 3 damage, huh? That should work. Oh, adjacent only. I stopped them too early. Pew pew pew, space battle. We won. Ah, let's destroy their weapons. Or maybe... Oh yeah, let's destroy the weapons, okay. What's with my weapon, by the way? Still loading? Yeah, it's still loading. Okay. I can see their squadron. Okay, that's hull damage. Your weapon has finished charging, is ready to fire. Click on it and choose the target on the battlefield to deal damage to enemies. Yes. Let's fire a weapon. That should nuke the hull. We won! Ha! We did! 50 scrap. Cool. Ooh. I like the explosion. I mean, we could start the discussion why is there sound in space, but then again, it's a game, right? What's a game without feedback? Hey, Unix, welcome back. Good to see you. Ahoy. People who are night owls hurt sun's feeling. Grim Dawn is on Friday. Grim Dawn is on Friday. We shall go for the Forgotten Gods content with the Trapper build on Friday. Looking forward to it. So today we're looking at space games. First one is Crying Suns, and we are trying to find out what it's all about. It's definitely about space and pretty things. What was that thing? I don't know, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I want to either. Okay, so we won the fight. We gained some scrap. We have deployed our specialists and our squadrons, and we've got a weapon. We didn't take any damage. The squadron did, but it healed up. We cry. It's not that sad. It's just...
Please select mode of death. Quick and painless, or slow and horrible.
I think it's one of those games where we die. It's about exploration and discovery, and it's definitely story-driven. Right, we're currently in the Tanagra system. We just did check out the... Well, it turned out to be an enemy ship. We don't know who they are. We are a bit confused about the time and the state of the universe as such. Basically, the battleship we are in belongs to an empire that has been going on for 700 years or more. So says the machine AI, which is hidden behind my camera, called Caliban. And the emperor is trying to hold it together or something. And also, the system we're in has a cube thing that's used for refueling, but it's not maintained, and it hasn't been maintained for 15 years. So I think it's just a theory, but I think my AI is not aware of some stuff. I am Admiral Idaho, a clone of Admiral Idaho, because the real Admiral died and the machine woke me up. I'm the first clone of the original Idaho. If you have read Dune by Frank Herbert, you will know the name, and I think it's a cool tip of the hat. Right, so next up we're going to check out the space station Ticonderoga 9. We're going to spend one of our fuel, and I hope that I can buy some fuel there. There he is. An Imperial outpost, sir. It seems abandoned. Any heat signatures? Not a single one. Seems empty of all human life. What about an omnipresence? They should be here managing the station, no? They should. And no, I'm not detecting any. This is getting stranger and stranger. Let's ask Caliban about this outpost. What can you tell me about this outpost, Caliban? Seems to be just your run-of-the-mill Imperial outpost, Admiral. There are outposts in all Imperial sectors. With the capital Elysium so far away, they help keep the peace and maintain order. You must show your military might so that you don't have to use it, I believe is the thinking. But there's definitely no military might here. Let's try to make contact. Lieutenant, see if you can make contact with someone, human or not, inside. Of course, Admiral. Sorry, sir, if there's anyone inside, they are not answering. Okay, let's send a team of commandos in. Probably finding some weird eggs. Captain Lian, form a small team and check it out. You got it, sir. You got it. Coffee. Sir, the outpost is empty. Seems it was abandoned years ago. If I had to guess, probably around the time that hypercube back there was disconnected from the fold net. Looks like someone came here, took the most valuable Omni parts, neon encapsulators, positronic chips, and left the rest behind. Scavenging Omni parts? Who'd do such a thing? That's a capital offense. One the Pragma execute you for. Who are the Pragma? Hold on, sir. I'm getting a transmission. My commanders have found something. An Omni. Intact from top to bottom. Is it functional? That's a negative, sir. It was at a lower level. Guess whoever was here before us didn't go down that far. Might have needed high clearance to get in. Admiral. I can examine it from here if the captain plugs the data pad into the exo sock. Sure thing, Omni. That's not going to work out. Omni Caliban. Okay, accessing the Omni's mainframe. And range. Its exoframe is perfectly intact. It has plenty of neon. Its positronic chip seems to be in place. It should be up and running. I don't get it. Any idea when it shut down? According to its chip, 20 years ago. Roughly the time the hypercube was unlinked from the fold net. What do we do? Yeah, I can ask for more explanation. I have some questions. Can you reactivate the Omni? Unfortunately, no. Only Omni owners can do that. Besides, the Omni isn't just in sleep mode. It's been shut down. What's a positronics chip? Another Omni invention, I'm guessing? Actually, no. Your kind invented this, as incredible as that is. Specifically, Emperor Oberon. The positronic chip serves several purposes. 1, it contains the Rubicon, and 2, it dictates Omni functionality. My functions are specific to Gehenna and as such are different from the functions of other Omnis, whether they be Imperial Outpost Omnis, like the Omni here, Folder Omnis, Cube Omnis, Medical Omnis, Teacher Omnis, or the hundreds of other kinds of Omnis that exist in the Empire. So, Gehenna is the ship we're on, right? That's why it says so. Specific to the ship. Lastly, the positronic chip gives Omni's quantum computing capabilities. It's what allows us to be so much smarter than you. Positronic chips are produced and distributed near Elysium. Of course, that's by design, so that Oberon can closely monitor the positronic quota. Simply put, without a positronic chip, an Omni is little more than its exoframe. Yeah, your kind? Smarter than us? Right, let's ask about the positronic chip quota, because I don't know what that means. What quota? Yeah, so as to maintain perpetual harmony in the Empire, Oberon created a quota depending on your house, and whether it's minor or major, you receive a certain number of chips every 10 years. Who received the most chips? House Telos, of course. Oberon's house. Our house. Space racism! Our house. In the middle of the space house. Sorry. So we are part of the Emperor's house. Who got the fewest? One of the minor houses, Vicarelli. They have a pitiful quota. Embarrassing, really. I'd hate to be Vicarelli Omni. That sounds bad. What's with the Rubicon thing? The Rubicon is a set of rules enforced at a very low level, ensuring that Omnis don't harm humans and don't deviate from their missions. You didn't sign up for that. I don't sing. I make noise, but I don't sing. So, suppose an Omni...
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Suppose an Omni disobeyed its Rubicon, what would happen then? Self-destruction. I knew it. Well, that's quite rare, but unfortunately there are examples of this occurring in the early days. But if that happens, then the chip would deactivate and trigger a self-termination feature in the Omni. Omni-suicide. It's just a feature, Admiral. A rarely activated feature. No, I don't do karaoke. You could have a stream where you sing, and you know, you get in via the Discord and you sing, and I'm gonna be your host, which is gonna be fine. Sledgehammer, actually, I think. Co-op singing with the badger. No, I don't know. I don't know if you can do that, but I think if you mods start to fight amongst each other, it would set a bad example for the rest.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
It could be a good time to take a break. I agree. Okay. Can we take the fuel? Okay, it's an explanation of the neon again. I didn't want to know that. Come at me, villain. Right. Okay, let's continue our journey. Okay, machine. I'll admit it. Something is wrong, at least in the outer rim. I don't want to further worry you, but our battleship's heuristics are detecting an anomaly at our next destination. Anomaly detected. It's one of those creatures again, sir. Maybe this one would be friendly? Yeah, right, Lieutenant Hawks. That's probable. Nice ship you got there. I'm going to enjoy scrapping it over your dead bodies. You're going down. Whatever you are. Good luck. Don't die. Right. Each basic squadron type, frigates, drones, fighters, is best suited to fight against a particular squadron, providing it with a massive damage bonus if properly matched. Be sure to find out a unit's strength and weaknesses before deploying it, but then again, it takes ages to deploy them. We're deploying fighters, so we need a frigate. No, yes. Yeah, I've got no empty dock. Can I I can withdraw them with the right click. Deploy frigates very close to home. Yeah, I don't have a squadron officer. I shall change that soon, hopefully. Okay, if you destroy a squadron, their system to deploy other squadrons gets overloaded for a bit. Which means I've got time to attack. Weapon is ready to fire, okay. 15 damage to their weapons, huh? Oh, that went to the hull. Okay, cool. Got squadrons incoming. Soon. Okay, tutorials is easy for now. That's going to change very soon. Anyway, let's nuke the ship. Boom. Fighter Mark 1. Okay, cool. I thought I could only get scrap from them. Though we had yet another brush with death, at least our scanner detected the anomaly this time. Tell me more about these anomalies, machine. Anomalies are destinations with a higher than normal probability of being very negative or very positive. Unfortunately, we don't know what kind of outcome to expect until we arrive at the source of signal. You could say investigating anomaly signals is a bit of a gamble. Good to know. Come on, there's got to be someone around here who can tell us what's going on. Yes, the secret military base on Yulanga 4. Let's go. Engage. There would appear to be a small colony on this planet, Admiral. Maybe we can finally get some answers. I'm also detecting a ground signal. Roughly 1,000 kilometers from the colony. Could be worth investigating with an expedition. Hello, is anyone there? There's Bowie. This is Admiral Alice Idaho of the Imperial Fleet. I am Tegan Bowie, leader of my small colony. What can we do for you, Admiral? If it's scrap you're looking for, I'm sorry, but we have none to spare. Scrap. We're here to find out what's going on in these sectors. I don't understand. We are yet to encounter a single active Omni and 2 enemy battleships have engaged us. Is this some sort of sick joke, Admiral? The Omnis shut down. Impossible. The Omnis shut down in our sectors, and when they did, so did all of their tech. It can't run without them. How? When? Speak, man! I have no idea how it happened. I'm not sure even Oberon does. It's truly the great mystery of our time. As for the when, 20 years ago. We relied on them for everything. Food, medicine, weather. It's hard to give accurate numbers, but maybe 75% of the population here died in the first 5 years alone. Now, who knows how many of us are left? 10%? Less? Wow. That hurts. What's all this crap about this crap? You mentioned something called scrap. Can you tell me more about this? Well, now that the Omnis have been inactive for so long, Imperial Sol, the former currency, no longer holds value of any sort. The only thing that does is scrap, remnants of Omnitech, its metals, ship materials, and neon, our energy source. As Omnitech becomes scarcer and scarcer, which it has over the last 20 years, its value has appreciated, causing people to act in increasingly desperate and violent ways to get it. Its value has appreciated? I have never seen that word used in that way. I mean, I did expect increased, or grown, exploded, or something. Interesting. That's why scrappers want to destroy your ship so much. It's so they can collect its broken down parts and sell them. Just so they can prolong their miserable lives. But it's not just the scrappers and the pirates who desire the stuff, it's just that most of us common folk aren't willing to kill for it, at least not yet. That threat? There's something else you want to know. Can we help you, maybe? What can the NS Odysseus do to help? Defeating the Scrappers would be a nice start. Things would look a whole lot better with those scum out of the way. The Scrappers. Don't tell me you don't know about them either. It's like you've been living this entire time on an uninhabited planet on the edge of the Outer Rim. The Scrappers are a group of hideous, cancerous scavengers who collect leftover Omnitech and Neon. When the Omni shut down, causing the Foldnet to collapse in our sectors, they were the ones who took over in the chaos. They are not the only rotten apples around here, with your pirates and your occasional crazy civilian, but they are definitely the worst. They defeated the Imperial ships? How? Telos Tech is second to none. Imperial captains are trained at the academy. Our system was perfect! True, but the Scrapper battleships wore them down. Picked off one here, another there. It was a war of attrition. Plus, the Empire couldn't send reinforcements, not with our folder down, you see. I hate to say it, but I think it's just a matter of time before they make slave of us all. But even if you beat them, even if you beat Mother, it won't change anything. The way we're going 10, 15 years from now, with all the hardships we're experiencing, we'll be gone. All of us. Unless what? You somehow reactivate the Omnis, turn them back on again, the ones that haven't been scavenged for their parts, that is. That's the only way to save us. And how, Mr. Bowie, do you think we can turn them on again? You're asking the wrong guy, I'm afraid. As I said, no one knows who or what shut them down. You'll have to solve that mystery on your own. And once you do, you still have to find a way to turn them back on, which might be another thing altogether. Any idea where we should start? I hate to say it, but Mother is probably your best bet. I mean, she benefited the most from the shutting down, from them shutting down in this cluster, didn't she? Then again, there are a lot of theories out there about who or what is responsible for this. Who's Mother? What about Mum? You really don't want to know, Enro. For some reason, that's what they call her. Their leader, Mother, Mom, Mommy. It's all very upsetting. From what I gather, she was the one who started the Scrappers, fostering a punk, nihilistic scavenging philosophy among their sordid ranks. And who makes up her ranks? Former Imperial prisoners, I think. The worst of the worst. When the Omnis shut down, the prisoners escaped from their Omni-run prisons and psychiatric stations. Mother loves her tech, especially House Telos Tech, like the battleship you have. And she and the Boyles, who work for her, will kill for it and enjoy doing it. She's been terrorizing these sectors for years now, enslaving men and women to bolster her numbers and make them into her playthings and baby makers. I don't want to ask about playthings and baby makers. No. It's going to be horrible. You don't want to know who they are. But since you asked, the playthings are Mother's sex slaves and the baby makers are, you know, what she uses to make babies. Make babies. Scrappers often die young from their neon tumors, as they should. Thank Oberon for that. Mother uses her baby makers to keep the Scrapper numbers growing. She supposedly has baby making stations spread throughout these sectors. Frankly, I can't imagine a worse place. Did Mother shut down the Omnis? It's just a theory. Like I said before, Admiral, I couldn't say. But if she didn't do it, I'd wager some serious scrap she knows who did. But I don't recommend asking her, Admiral. I don't recommend getting anywhere near her, for that matter. Frankly, Mother terrifies me. What about the Scrappers who control the sectors? Each sector is controlled by one of Mother's cronies. You'll recognize them by their freakish mutations brought on by their exposure to too much neon. Pardon me. But I sincerely hope you don't see them, because if you do, well, usually you don't live to tell about it. It's not the bravest thing to do, but I'll say it again. Hide, make yourself inconspicuous, Admiral, and if you're lucky, you'll live another 10 or 15 years. Yeah, but I'm an Admiral of the United Empire Navy thing, so that's not an option. By Bowie. I promise, in the name of Oberon, we'll take care of these scrappers and get your Omnis up and running again. You say that, Admiral, but you'll fail, or you'll stop trying sooner or later, or worse yet, you'll die. He's quite the optimist. But take this neon. We have plenty at the moment. I have a feeling you'll need it. So they've got neon, but no scrap. Trading opportunity. And like I said, I know it's not the bravest thing to do, but it's best if you hide. You'll live longer that way. Not true. 4. End of transmission, sir. Do you believe what he said, Admiral? Unfortunately, yes. It explains everything we've seen so far. The Omnis shut down in the Outer Rim, and so did their tech, including this cluster's folder. That's why those scrappers now run things here. What do we do now, sir? First thing we need to do is find this mother. As Bowie said, if she didn't shut the Omnis down, chances are she knows who or what did. If you want to move on, Admiral, open the star map below by clicking on it and choose our next system. Otherwise, you might want to stay and check out this ground signal I was telling you about. It could be a good opportunity to gather some resources and put your commandos to use. Oh, we shall do so. Now that you have learned the basics, your second dock has been unlocked. Remember to make good use of it while commanding your squadrons. A numerical advantage is often a turning point in the battle. You can access the expedition dashboard. I need at least 3 commandos. Scan the planet. Cool. No major threat. There's a secret military base containing artifacts. This is the number of commandos sent on the expedition. Minimal requirement is 3. The maximum will be up to 10. The more you send, the better your chances for success. This section displays the types of artifacts you will have a chance to collect during the expedition. Each type will always yield some kind of reward. This section displays the types of major threats, exceptionally dangerous situations your team will face during the expedition. Be careful about those. Ground distress signals, the number of possible retreats your team will have during the expedition. Got 1 chance to retreat. Officer survival represents the chance your leading officer has to return safely. Healthy officers have a chance to come back injured, injured officers have a chance to die, and injured or dead officers will abort the mission, forcing the team to retreat without loot. The resource extraction meter represents the minimum and maximum percent of encountered resources, including artifacts, that your team will have a chance to bring back with them to your ship if the leading officer survives the expedition. The commander survivor meter represents the chances of your commandos to return safely. It displays the minimum and maximum possible number of commandos that will not make it back to your ship. So, if CO Heon Lima leads the mission, it's not looking good, is it? So that's the scientist and that's the spy. No, it's the other way around. The spy. Yeah, so we choose Rio Dubois to lead the mission. And we will send automatically 10. Launch. Lieutenant, Caliban's detected an artifact on this planet that could be helpful to our mission. We have a good idea of where it is, but we'll need you and your team of commandos on the ground to find and extract it. We have visuals, but space to ground communication will be minimal. We can't risk giving away the location of our battleship or exposing you to potential local threats. Only contact us when it's secure to do so, and I'll decide if an emergency retreat is necessary. Or if you die in space. Oh, clicked away the dialogue. Oops. Now, get going. A shuttle's waiting for you and the commandos. And good luck down there. Thank you, sir. Please don't die. Shh. Ah. Scrap. More scrap. Ooh. A ghost. You see all the commandos, the officer. You see what skills helped to avoid danger. Engineering and erudition brought some scrap. And the artifact is a new type of fighter. The line is secured, Admiral. You've seen our bio readouts. What do you think? Should we continue with the mission? Yeah, no one's hurt. Oh, 4 injured. Because we didn't have piloting. And now that's the end of the mission. Okay, we've got 4 injured, not lost. We got 140 scrap and a Mark 1 ghost. Ooh. The star map button opens the current sector star map where you can choose your next destination system. Each node represents a stellar system you can visit. Each interstitial jump to a neighboring system costs 1 neon. We know. Each system contains different points of interest. Ground signals, trading beacons, anomalies. Each time you jump, the current sector's rulers get more suspicious. Once the alert counter reaches 0, they will follow your tracks and try to find you. Being caught will result in a very difficult and unprofitable encounter. Okay, so alertness of the system's rulers. Sector. Well, all the systems in the sector. Anyway. So yeah. I see why people compare it to FTL. But then again, I don't. That's what I meant earlier. Of course you can compare this to FTL and say it's roguelike because there's a permadeath play option. But this is completely different. This is a completely different game. You don't have ship combat as in FTL. You've got officers, but they work in a different way. The combat is much more tactical than it is hectic. And the decision system is much more sophisticated in each system that you encounter. It's not just do I fly there or there. It's really a bit more complex, I think. And thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Welcome aboard. Right, so I see why people compare it to FTL because they don't have anything else to compare it to. In short words. Mind you, because not everybody is able or willing to write all the words down that you need to more exactly describe what this is, but I think it's cutting it a bit short if you say it's like FTL. Because it's not. It's definitely inspired by the system that also FTL uses, but there are so many other games that use it as well. And And depending on your own experiences, you could pull other references out, like adventure books or multiple choice text adventures, right? They work the same. They didn't have the graphical user interface, but if you play Zork, for example, and you put Zork on a map, it would look similar. So it's basically it's a decision net that is created by going through a narrative, and FTL does nothing different. Just it streamlines the decision to the navigation chart, but it's not so different. And then it introduces some very awesome things. It's not. I like FTL. I love the game, but I think this game deserves more than it's like FTL. It's just a hunch. A very strong one. So, we did enter the sector here. We are now in the Tanagra system. 5 is the number of things. Right? I was wondering about the number. Yeah. Points of interest. 2. 5. 2. 2. 2. Okay, so that's mystery uncovered. And anomaly is the number as well. So 3 anomalies is a pretty risky system, but it's a trading beacon as well. I would like to go there because I can trade. Mercenary outpost. An auto factory. An ejected cryopod. We don't know. We don't know. I mean, we've got 5 fuel. Going there costs 1. Looking at both locations costs 2. That would leave us with another 2 to go here and trade. I want to know if I... it's too far. Okay, so you cannot... I can't go back to this one. I can. It's blockaded. The local rulers are waiting for you. Okay. Upgrades. This is why I can spend scrap if I don't use it for trading. It might be wise to invest in fuel efficiency first. Invest into. Since Rogue or NetHack, hey Mikhails, welcome. Which sentence I said earlier did you connect that to? I said a lot of sentences. FTL is not the first game that did that since Rogue or NetHack. I'm going to invest 40 scrap here. So there's a chance of 30% to get extra neon if we get the chance to scavenge some. Good. I'm going to save the rest until I know how important, how expensive fuel is. Right, so we can go there. But we cannot do anything. So basically I clicked on the thing that is following us. I didn't understand. Sorry. Looking up there. And the alert is spreading, so I have to be quick on my wings. The decision maps. Well, NetHack and Rogue do it in a different way. They don't really have that. Except for the character building, maybe. I meant like text adventures that have that. Choose your own adventure books, for example. Very old stuff. Back in the day when we had only stones and books. Before the internet. Right, you would go to a page, and on the page you would read some text, and it says you could either investigate the dangerous looking cave, or you can go into the forest that you don't know much about, or you could go through the swamp. And then it says a number for each decision, and then you're like, okay, I think the swamp might be dangerous, and then you're just like, okay, don't go through the swamp, I go to the forest. And there's page 180. It's like, page 180. You go into the forest and are bitten by a nasty poisonous spider. If you have the antidote, go to page this and that. If you don't have the antidote, go to page something else. You go to page something else. Sorry, you're dead. You have to restart the adventure. Something like that. I guess what I'm saying is you cannot just compare all the games out there to a very basic template just for the sake of having a comparison. I think sometimes describing things is more useful in forms of communicating to others what you experienced in the particular game. Everything else causes confusion. People keep fighting about genres and names for them and what makes this genre deserving of the name and such. But that's just me, maybe. Civvy ship, sir, but I'm not detecting any activity inside. I fear we are too late. Maybe it's a trap. Do a flyby. Do a flyby, Captain. Looks like it's a ghost ship from here, but let's be certain. On it, sir. It's a ghost ship, alright. Nothing here, sir. No scrap or fuel. Looks like someone beat us to it. Probably one of those despicable scrappers. Nah. Go, go, go. So, we want to scavenge neon. Let's hope we get more than last time. One extra. Perfect. Right. So they are hunting us. The alert is spreading to the next system. Yeah, okay. There should be another location. A mercenary outpost. Planetary defense turret wreckage. That's worth investigating. Scrapper, sir. Seems its hull is damaged. Easy fight if you want it. Incoming message. Don't even think about it. My hull might be damaged, but I have Imperial slaves. Try anything and each and every one dies. Think I'm kidding? See so for yourself. He means it, Admiral. Try anything and we'll all die. Continue on. You don't want to risk the lives of the slaves. Or attempt a covert mission to rescue them. I can't do this. I could offer some scrap. We don't barter with terrorists, do we? I've got a spy. In my crew. It's a 50-50. Let's try it. Lean, or Leanne, I want you to form a team and free those slaves. Of course, sir. Ooh. Awesome. Bad news. The scrappers won to us. We walked into a total ambush. So predictable. You Imperials are all the same. Now my slaves will die. And they have you to thank. So I don't get it. The scrapper ships disappeared from our radar. Must be some kind of interference from that sun. We won't be taking our revenge today, unfortunately. I lost 4 commandos. Oh boy. I thought I could set an officer because, yeah, I've got spies. But they are only for expeditions, apparently. Oh, well. Let's check the turret wreckage. Scanning. No major threat. Optimal size is 10. I've got a pretty good chance with the spy. One chance to retreat. Let's go. Discretion. Sharp senses. So you basically have skill checks, right? Against your... A plasma nuke. That sounds good. The line is secured. Did we risk enough for one day? We got what we came for. Oh, I have to... Yeah, okay. I don't want to retreat. Go on. I thought I could safely bring them home with the loot. But it said retreat, so retreat means no loot. Nothing found. Ah. 3 injured and something else happened. What was the third thing that happened? Oh, the officer got 1 damage point. You can see it here. Ah, that's okay. 3 injured is... I think we can deal with it. Says Captain Nemo, who has got no experience at all with this game. But we found ourselves a nuke. I need a second weapon slot now. It does not affect a battleship hull, but it nukes the hell out of lots of enemies. Yes. Awesome. Okay. I think the game is pretty much self-explanatory if you've played a similar game before. Apart from some details. So it's pretty easy to get into, and I really like the presentation of the setting. It's really good. There's lots of reading. If you don't like reading, you don't like this game. Or you can skip the reading and just play it as a tactical space exploration thingy. And skip the reading. Right, we've got the mercenary outpost. Let's do some trading. An Imperial ship. You can help us. The shutdowns left our planet in a civil war. My people, the Asanam, desperately need your help. Yeah, what's this civil war all about? There are 2 types of people here, the Asanam and the Bashiri. When the Aki Omnis were here, they gave the best jobs to the Bashiri, often overlooking my people, the Asanam. This was done by the Akis to divide us, so they could better control us, I believe. In the beginning, both peoples knew it was an unjust and arbitrary system. But the Bashiri lost sight of that and started abusing their power, throwing Asanam in jail and harassing them as often as they could. This abuse went on for decades, and all that was preventing violence between our 2 peoples was paradoxically the Omnis. But when the shutdown happened, suddenly that barrier was gone. That's when the war between our 2 peoples started. Well, how can I help? We need commanders to defend ourselves against the violent Bashiri. They want to wipe us off the planet. I'm getting a second transmission, sir. Do not listen to this nonsense, Admiral. It is the Bashiri who are persecuted by the Asanam. I should know, I've suffered terribly at their hands. It is true the Omnis elevated us within our society into positions of power, but rightfully, the Bashiri are intelligent and industrious, unlike the Asanam. No, it is we, the Bashiri, who need your commandos to defend ourselves from the Asanam. A specialist officer? What do they tell me? Talk to both sides, Lieutenant. Find out who's lying and who's telling the truth. Of course, sir. Oh. Sir, I've talked to both sides. I'm afraid neither is to be trusted. I believe our commanders will be used not just for purposes of defense, but to commit terrible war crimes. Ah. Nope. No help. I will not give commandos to either of your people. I have a feeling if I do, they will be used for crimes of war. You've proven yourself a cowardly Imperial. For once, I agree with an Asanam. Are you usually this indecisive? End of transmission. Silent. Right, we can still trade. So, fuel. 10 scrap per fuel. Yes. I could buy 7 commandos, 10 scrap each. I could buy 2 officers. I'm not going to buy upgraded weapons. So, a squadron 1. Heal all squadrons adjacent to the whole integrity system cell for 0.5 seconds. 0.5 health per second. Or 50% more damage. I think I've got another squadron person. No? No. Damage. Versatile. So that means you can use them wherever. Less life, more skilled. They come with an extra skill. Oh. I meant to check out the... Yeah. Yeah. You know, I thought I could just click on him and check out the skills, but that didn't really work. You have to learn the symbols, I guess. That's a bit unfortunate. Bit of an oversight. If I click here, I buy. If I click here, I thought I wouldn't buy. Ah, never mind. We can just buy. Our 3 commandos. A ghost fighter has a stealth mode. Does the same damage. So do we need 2 fighters or can I sell one? Oh, 3 fighters. Yeah, I can definitely sell them. There are also specialists that can be sold for more money. And you can heal officers. Apparently they heal per fuel spend or something. Alright, cool. That was it. It was a smallish system. Now we need to get out of the enemy's range. Question is, Alpha Eridani or Omega Alderakis? Active Cryopod, Planetary Defense Turret. Oh, we had that already, so we go here. Swoosh. Scrap her in a Kosh minefield, sir. Looks like it got the best of it too. Anyway, your birds can scrap that ship, Captain. In those mines, it's risky. Could damage our birds, pretty good. You feel like rolling the dice, sir? Nope. Nope. We push on. We might need scrap, but this isn't worth the risk. Okay, let's go into some neon. Got one. Okay. Local system map. Ejected cryopod. I'm picking up a pre-shutdown ad on this beacon, sir. Singularity. The automated church of singularity. Some people enslave the Omnis while some worship them as gods. When it's all said and done, who do you think will enter the garden? The machines? Okay, let's go on a mission. First, though, we check. Is there no way to... Options. I wanted to see what the new guy can do. It's oh, it's hacking. The middle one in the science skill tree or skills is hacking. So we've got a hacker now. It's also stealthy. Okay, let's prepare for the expedition. What's the time anyway? Oh, okay. No one gets hurt. Medium resources. Best option, I think. Don't want to lose commandos. I think it's nicely done, this little expedition thing. I find it very enjoyable. And for a change, it's not a hectic game. Let's go. You can do it. Found it. Oh, we couldn't blow it up. Couldn't talk them out of their resources. Uh-oh, 2 hurt, 1 dead. No! No! And done. Oh, he did lose 1, huh? But 94 scrap is quite a bit. So demolition is in the soldier tree top right. Top left is piloting. Okay, we nearly know all the skills. We don't have someone who can do persuasion, huh? We need to change that. Let's assign a squad. Officer. And support officers in the weapon-based system. Oh, right. It's how many. Yeah, okay. I could have a second support officer in the squadrons. But he doesn't have any bonuses. Heat capacitor. Hull integrity. Show stellar systems information up to 2 jumps away. Allows for 2 retreats if you pick the ground distress signal efficiency. You've got 2 retreats. Retreating costs 75% of the loot. No, I think I'd rather plan ahead than get into trouble on purpose. Right. I think we cannot afford to go here. It's gonna be hostile. So the anomaly system or the very small different system without a trading post. Okay, that's easy. Let's jump! Anomaly signal. Civilian wreckage, sir. Looks like it collided head-on with something in an interstitial tunnel. Survivors? Unlikely, sir. Not at the speed they were travelling. There might be a small amount of scrap available for their taking in the crash if it didn't disintegrate. Okay, let's try. Captain, get us that scrap if there's any. As upsetting as this situation is, we need as much scrap as we can get. Putting my men and women on it at once, Admiral. My team's bringing the scrap back. Not a bad little metal haul, if I do say so myself. More than I thought. Cool, let's scavenge. Fuel. Here's one. Travel cost refunded. Right, so this looks more interesting. An army depot. I'm not sure what that symbol means. Mercenary post. That looks like a chips dealer. First, we have a look at the planet. House Vicarelli beacon, sir, and it seems to have an old message stuck in it. House Vicarelli beacon, not even a scrap I would scrap that. Let's listen to the message. Let's hear it, Ozu. Right away, Admiral. Doesn't seem to be working, so it looks like it wasn't high quality to begin with. House Vicarelli, truly the worst of the houses. A battleship wreckage. Have a look. No major threat, and we've got the ideal candidate. Our new crewman. Don't get hurt. Come on. Hacked away. Yeah, much higher chance of success with 3 skills. Oh, +3 fuel. Yeah. Okay. Nice, 60 scrap. That's 6 fuel. We need to get that home. Nine fuel. We're rich. Okay. Right. Awesome. Let's have a look at the depot. Spend some fuel and scrap. Another civilian ship. Please, you have to help us. We were in a little dust up with a key back there, and now our thrusters are leaking neon. We tried landing, but the radioactive contamination caused our landing gear to falter. Now we are trapped in here, getting sicker with every passing moment. It look very healthy. Message from sickbay. Sir, I hope you don't mind, but I was listening in. We are equipped with a drone drone decontamination program, but it needs neon to operate. Also, sir, our readings indicate extreme neon particle contamination on this ship. We can ease their suffering, but I'm afraid there's very little we can do beyond that. We are not only a warship, and we found so much fuel, right? We're sending a shuttle for you. Just hold on. Our sickbay has been alerted of your condition and is ready to help. Thank you, Admiral. Can I ask you something? Are we going to come out of this okay? I'm sorry, but no, I don't believe you will. Why didn't you lie to me, Admiral? I don't want to die. Was it cruel? Probably. So we did all we could for the civilians, but they've passed on. I know letting them onto the ship didn't get us any scrap or neon, but I still think it was the right thing to do. Maybe I should have told them that it's gonna be fine. So, squadrons. Okay. Magneto. Oh, this one's got what's it called? A taunt. If I send this drone to damage the enemy battleship, I get up to 11 scrap per fight. Cool. A cruiser. A cruiser takes more damage at short range, so it has to be protected. This one can fire a projectile dealing 13 damage to the enemy battleship no matter the distance. That's pretty nice. A dark matter cannon. I can make a block of 3 cells that can block. Yeah, that blocks ship movement. Damage over time in a 6-cell radius. Nah. I'm gonna buy that. I don't need to sell anything. Or don't want to. System offers 2 unidentified locations. That could be anomalies, I guess. Let's have a look. What is that? I'm picking up a pre-shutdown message on this pirate beacon, sir. Want to become a better pirate, but not sure how? Tune in later this week for a discussion with Pro Bonnie Adder for tips and advice. Right. I'm spending all the fuel because it's fun to explore. Appears to be an Omni factory planet, Admiral. Caliban? What kind of a planet is this? As its name suggests, this is a planet where Omnis were once manufactured in enormous factories. Planets like this could be found in virtually every sector before the shutdown. Depending on the Omni quota established by Oberon, a certain number of Omnis would be produced in those factories and then shipped to their respective destinations. Of course, the distribution and production of positronic chips, which, as you know, contain the Rubicon, was more closely guarded. Where did they make the chips then? The positronic chips were only produced in the Terminus cluster in the Telos Dominion. This was done by design to give Oberon more control over chip production and distribution. Essentially, if you wanted a positronic chip, the brain of an Omni, you had to travel to the Terminus to get it. This always irritated the other houses. Right. Let's call the planet. Hello. See if you can make contact, Lieutenant. On it, sir. No luck. Boo. Let's push on, crew. So we did visit all the interesting spots. Now we go to Oro Marfak. Got a shipyard. It has got a shipyard. A scrapper battleship Incoming transmission. Shiny ship you have. Think I'll scrap it when you're dead. Right. Oh, asteroids. Squadrons moving get 50% less speed. It will absorb all damage dealt to this cell and its occupants until destroyed. Aha. You can hide in there. Interesting. EMP towers. Very damaged. Oh, exploding drone. Mm-hmm. Let's deploy the cruiser. And try to nuke the drone if they should deploy it. Okay. Not sure what they do. Okay, they're the drones. You can guide your units along using waypoints. To do this, select one of your squadrons on the battlefield and choose a destination while holding down Control or Command. Yes. How do I use a unit special? It's loading up still. Yeah, artillery is loading up. A drone bomber. Oh, they're quick. Disengage. Oh, what's he shooting at? Oh, he's automatically. I thought I could target that. Oh, it says enemy battleship. Ah. Okay, it says enemy battleship. The nuke still takes some time. I could probably go back and go home. Yeah, okay, I can get them back. They should be getting damage. They deal 6 damage to each adjacent if they die. That's... yeah, okay. Then we've got fighters. The frigate I just sent back does that. No. And deploy there. And undeploy that one. Minimize the damage. Now my battleship's getting cooked. But they should soon be gone. That's another 6 damage. Yeah, that cost me a lot. I did misjudge what the enemies were doing. Let's target their weapons. And deploy the cruiser again. Oh, they are being repaired, right? They're being repaired. Boom. So this is basically a danger zone. That's all it is. Oh, they were hiding in there. Oh, that's rather clever. Oh, they shot the asteroid field. Okay. And that's pretty clever, isn't it? Oh, why are they so far apart? I want to nuke them both. Okay, I got the bomber drones. Oh, I keep right clicking. I need to left click to confirm an issue in order. Okay. Let's advance the fight a bit. Yeah, their squadron recovery speed is pretty good. Drone Mark 1 Shredder. Okay, I took a lot of damage to the hull, but it might just be that it gets repaired if you win the fight. It looks like it, doesn't it? We got 50 scrap left. That's not too much. I'm gonna save it for now. Encountering anomaly. Warning. Battleship. What? 1 fuel. Okay. Let's go to the shipyard. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it has enough story to be very cool as far as immersion goes, or atmosphere, however you want to look at it. Hey, Real Sparks! It's him again! Welcome aboard! So, I think the atmosphere is spot on. I really like the presentation. The mechanics are easy enough to get into, but I think it's not an easy game. So decisions are, you know, they are important because they have an actual effect on the game, on the outcome of your journey. It comes with 3 difficulty modes. So if you're not one for permadeath, you can just turn it off, and it's still a challenging game, which is pretty cool. And it's gorgeous. I like the soundtrack a lot. It looks awesome, and the systems they put together are very nice. And you've got a space story coming with it. Finding out about it is pretty good. But I shall switch soon. Gonna check out another game. Please don't attack! This is an Imperial ship, Captain. If you're a friend to the Empire, you are a friend to us. Oh, I assure you we are. The Empire has always been good to us. Very good. Where are you headed? Traveling somewhere, Captain? We're trying. Our planet not far from here was attacked by scrappers. Terrible, vicious, hideous creatures. Thankfully, we managed to escape. Now we're simply trying to find a new home and arrive there in one piece. And where will this new home be? Anywhere they're safe, Admiral? Any moon or planet where we can live without fearing for our lives? Even a trash planet, if not too revolting, would serve our purpose fine. What's a trash planet, Caliban? A planet where other planets send their trash and sewage. Obviously. Do people live there? Not usually, but certain creatures do. Maybe don't take a trash planet. Please, as a friend of the Empire, take some of our neon to assist you on your journey. Thank you, Admiral. You are very generous, but we have all the neon we need. Your pride prevents you from taking it. I suppose you could say that, yes? These are not times to be prideful, Captain. Not if you wish to see this new home and keep your passengers safe. Please take it. It is yours. Thank you, Admiral. Please accept this as a show of thanks. It takes up too much space in our cargo, and hopefully we won't need it where we are going anyway. Yes! That was a good reward, I think. Ship systems, right? Where do we... Maybe it's a weapon? We got two things. I'm not sure if they are weapons or not. The Tesla field generator is a weapon that does damage over time over 3 hexes. And the other, the drone scrapper. I'm not sure. Oh, it's going awesome. It's going awesome. Checking out 2 space games today. Right now we're still looking at Crying Suns, and next up is Between the Stars, which is a much more chaotic game, since we are flying around in a battleship and we're actually shooting at things live. This is more of a chill tactical thing, and the other one is more of an action thing, I guess. But yeah, it's going good. I don't have as much time to stream as I would like to, but you know, it happens. How is it on your end, Real Sparks? Hope you're doing fine. The shop offers. A drone shredder is actually... Oh, okay. So if this drone damages the enemy ship, you get some scrap. That's what we found. So it's not a weapon, it's a ship. I mean, I could sell my patch drone for some scrap and keep the shredder in my fleet. Cool. That way we can buy fuel. Oh, repair the ship. But I've got both hull bars intact, so if you lose one, it does not regenerate. But if it's just damaged, it regenerates after the battle. Aha. A pirate transponder. All neutral units are considered as allied. Shop price is minus 20%. Okay. Wow. Sure, it's like the EMP things we saw on the earlier map. I mean, I could sell that, but that's not enough to buy either system things. I like the variety of parts you can get and upgrades. Pretty good. Lots of work, yeah. Oh, you played the demo, cool. It is. It's my kind of game, I guess. Challenging and fun. I'm not going to go for the cryopod. I'm going to head here and see what's what. And then we'll have a look at Between the Stars. Oh, that's red. Sir, scrap her battleship. Looks like one of Mother's Sector cronies. Incoming transmission. A Telos battleship in my sector. Think you took a wrong turn somewhere, Admiral. Not that I'm complaining. Chief Skeege. Where is she? Where's Mother? You think I'm going to tell you just because your ship's all shiny and appetizing? That's my mum we're talking about. Yeah, okay. That's odd. Okay. They've got hurt drones and a drone shredder. So 2 drones. I'm going to send out my fighter. And the cruiser. And what's this? 10 random cells in an area. I would of course love to shoot their weapons before they do anything, but I'm not sure if I'm fast enough. No, the shot is out. Oh, that's the deployment. The charging up takes longer. I see. A boomer. Oh man, those boomers are annoying as hell. I'm gonna send these guys back there and see what happens. Oh, they've got the same idea. Okay, now I've got some time until the drones destroy the asteroid field. I don't get damaged. But the 6 damage from the explosion is something that will hit me. I think I can take it though. Oh, it was absorbed. Wow, the damage was absorbed by the asteroid field as well. That's good to know. Now I've got a way to take care of the... So which subsystem do we... we don't want them to shoot their weapon, do we? And mine is charging faster. Right. Pierce laser to the weapons. Damn. They deployed a squadron or 2. Hide! Quickly! Time to nuke them. I missed that one. Come on. Click. Boom. Oh no. That's the wrong button. Why are they not dead? Oh, those are fighters. I thought I had drones on my hand. Oh, man. Yeah, I lost my awesome cruiser. Oh, I can patch it. Okay. It was bad. I thought I win when I destroy their hull, but somehow they repaired it, huh? Ah, okay. I get it. Yeah, I lost my nuke because I clicked the wrong button. Alright. Yeah. That was bad. I wasn't aware of that. But I won. Which is cool. So that would be the second chapter, the second sector of the first chapter now. Omicron Selvaran. Sweet. I really like this. I can see myself stream this a bit. What do you think? It's not the best streaming game, but it's a rather chill streaming game. And it doesn't have as much reading as I feared, but it has quite some reading in it, so has to be taken into account. But I like it. I really like it. I was going through the description of the game, and I was looking at some footage and other people's reaction to it. And my hopes were that it would not be a clone of FTL, and it's not. Rather happy about that. I can recommend it if you're into space stuff and like a narrative and don't mind reading a few lines. And on top of that, enjoy tactical combat and risk versus reward management of resources with the danger of death. This is for you, most definitely. And if that's too much, you can play it on easy and just enjoy the story, because I think that's rather cool. The story in this one. Nice. Right, Space Knight Part 1 will be followed by Space Knight Part 2 in a few minutes with a look at Between the Stars. And yeah. You should stick around to get more space stuff. Otherwise, I shall be back on Friday with Grim Dawn, playing some Forgotten Gods with my Trapper build. So, you know, there's always... You can always find a game at some point that I stream that you might enjoy. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. And thanks again for the follow and the resub, Wolf Soul. Awesome. And there's always the Saturday where there's a rumor of awesome things with me and the Badger. So stay tuned. I'll be back in a few minutes with Between the Stars. Take care.